All right. Hey, y'all. Welcome to today's episode of the Squad Podcast. I'm your girl, Coach Tocha Moore, your host, and I'm so excited to have this beautiful young lady that's sitting next to me in the squad today. Y'all, Miss Shanisse is absolutely amazing. We call her Missy for short, but I don't know if she want y'all to call her that yet. But, she is just such a light in this world. She's been very instrumental in my life. I'll tell you how in a little bit. But welcome to the squad, girl.
Thank you. Happy to be here. Okay.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you. So today we are going to be talking about how we learn to love the skin that we are in, y'all. All the things, loving every part of who you are. She's going to talk about her transformational journey. I cannot wait for us to dive into this conversation and you guys to get all the wonderful nuggets that I know she's going to share. So y'all get ready. Let's go. Hey, y'all. Welcome. How are we doing, squad? I hope that you are having an amazing day. We're going to start like we always do. How are we doing with our goals, y'all? Did we set our intentions? Did we reach what we said we would? If we did, we're going to give ourselves a big old hug and love on you because you did it, girl. I'm so proud of you. And if you didn't, that's okay. We're going to clap it up one time and we let it go. Clean slate, right? We're wiping it clean. Today's a new day. Start again, start over. Every day is a new day for you to decide how you're going to behave, how you're going to act, set your intentions. Y'all, hey, girl, hey.
Hello.
I'm so excited to have Miss Shanisse Harry with us. We call her Niecy. Actually, I call her that. I don't know if everybody else does, but and she's such an amazing bright light in this world. I got introduced to this beautiful young lady through a walking club. I started walking. I decided, all right, I'm going to learn how to love the skin that I am in. I wanted to change a few things about this skin, but this lady has been so awesome, so amazing at helping me do it in a healthy way. Right. And so I wanted her to come on and share part of her story and some of the things that she's been through because we talk about learning to fight for the best version of ourselves. And she is a everyday example of this. She's a mom, a wife, an entrepreneur, all the things that we love to talk about here on the Squad Podcast. So I'm going to let her intro herself. I just wanted to give y'all a few little nuggets. She's amazing. She helped me. When I said, I'm going to get this done, I want to get this surgery, she was like, but I didn't hear you say no real reason. And I was like, oh, okay, give me my entire life real quick. But she definitely made me rethink my health journey. So welcome today.
Okay, I feel edified.
You should, because you do amazing things, girl.
Well, yes, Coach Niece in these streets.
Period.
I do help people transform their lives, transform their nutrition, their fitness, their mindset. And we know that transformation in one area leads to transformation in others. So thank God for transformation, building discipline in any area to be able to transform that and then other areas as well. But I'm Niece. Like she said, I'm a wife. I'm a mom. I'm new to life, y'all. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, so I'm in the thick of things. So everything that I say, know that it's within the perspective of having a 3 and a 5-year-old behind me and a husband and a household and all these other things as well. Which I'm sure we'll get to when we talk about all that other responsibilities we have in the midst of us still trying to take care of ourselves. I am an entrepreneur, like she said. I have a business that's called Glow Up. Okay, GLOW is an acronym for God leading our way, y'all. So because we keep God at the center of all things. One thing I notice is that people don't put God in the center of their transformation when it comes to nutrition. And that's something I'm really getting into now. So we got girls over here.
And are, okay, all day, every day. We are.
So even talking about spirituality within our transformation as well. So that's kind of where I am in the business and with support people right now.
Oh, y'all, when I tell you, truthfully, she is so amazing at helping you see things that you might not have thought of as far as transformation and health journey. I will say this. We've been friends for a little bit on social media. And I think some anniversary or something came up and she had like side by side pictures. And I was like, that was her. I literally, there is no way. Like, you look like a completely different person, not just physically, but I can tell mentally so much has changed for you.
Yeah. You can see what's going on inside on the outside.
Yes.
Or very often. And so it's funny because I moved here and then I met you not too long after, but I moved here 4 years ago now, 5 years. And so, but I lost the weight a long time ago. Right. And so I've been maintaining, which is hard too. Okay. It's a work.
Okay.
But so when I show people here, new friends, okay, in my new era, okay, the people I'm attracting now, the old pictures, they are like, oh, that same reaction.
She looks completely different. If I would have known her then to see her, this is the only version of her that I know. So when I look at the picture, I was like, I had to enlarge it. It was like, that's not her. And then I was like, oh my gosh, that is her. Like you have transformed completely. Like I said, not just on the outside, the internal stuff. Like
Absolutely.
you can see it.
Yeah. And you've helped me with the inside too, by the way. Okay.
Oh, well, thank you. Listen, we're not talking about me today. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you. I truly appreciate that because you are absolutely amazing. So y'all, she is out here. Listen, we do hip hop step classes, gospel step classes. She walked 2 Mile Tuesday. We walk outside, y'all. When it was cold and we had our little snowstorm, it was snow. I don't care what you say, it was snow.
It was snow.
Okay. They were walking in the mall. Like she was like, okay, we still gonna meet. We gonna walk inside. So I love the fact, y'all, we walked in the rain, like outside with umbrellas.
Definitely walked in
It's
the
like
rain.
we're gonna get this 2 miles in, no matter what it takes.
No
it
excuses.
Gets hot here in the summertime. We walk early in the morning, so by the time the sun, we're feeling it, we're done with our walk. So we do 2 miles. She's a beast. She carries a whole radio boom box with us while we out there walking. So we got music.
Gotta make it fun.
Then we'll do stops and do little, like exercises, squats, all kinds of things. So I love that. One, she makes it fun because when it's not fun for me, I tend to not want to do it.
Nobody does.
Right. And so she gives us ways for us to get in there and just work on ourselves, laugh, and all the things, sing songs while we're walking. Even the employees are always like, hey, it's like it's fun. They want to do squats and stuff with us. So I love the fact that you make fitness not just about fitness, so to speak. Like you make it a real true lifestyle change.
I want people to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not fun, people won't do it.
Right.
All we want to do is release all of the tension that
Mm-hmm.
life puts on them.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can help them do that in a way that's beneficial to them,
Mm-hmm.
then let's do it. Let's build lifestyles where we're not putting in stuff that do help us get through, but don't help us in the long run in our health and nutrition. Right.
I love that. The things that we implement are supposed to be long-standing, sustainable things.
Absolutely.
And so when we talk about that, weight loss is what it is. It's a journey, right? And we're all trying to do it in some capacity, changing ourselves to make us, whether it's eating better, incorporating exercise. But the truth of the matter is, I think for people forget that the most important part is the mindset.
The mindset. I just thought it deserved to be.
Okay. So when we think about mindset, what are some of the things for you when you started your journey that you had to overcome? Like, what were some of the things that you had to talk yourself through?
So something that in the beginning that I actually had to re-encounter later on was the idea that I was doing good for my body, whether or not I saw the results on the scale or not. Mm-hmm. So a lot of us are like, I ate good all week. And then you step on the scale and then you see whatever the scale decided it wanted to do. And you're like, well, you know what? Well, what I do it? Like, why did I do it? So it's really hard getting over that, but you really have to internalize the fact that you are doing something good for your body, something that God, which is one of the, which is what God told us to do, right? He gave us instructions. That's what the word I'm looking for is instructions, right? We have a creator, we have instructions. Are we following the instructions? And if not, then we probably don't have enough energy. Then we probably don't like when we look in the mirror. Then we probably don't like how clothes fit us. Then we probably have, some sort of dysmorphia where we're worried about what people think of us. But if we follow the instructions and we understand that we're doing the right thing for ourselves, then all that stuff falls to the wayside. And then you do become a person who loves what they see when they look in the mirror because you treat it like it's supposed to be treated.
Did y'all catch that nugget? She said, treat yourself the way you're supposed to be treated. How often do we put ourselves on the back burner, ladies? We're last on everybody's list, including our own.
Yes.
Right? How often do we do that? The mindset that you have around whatever you're trying to accomplish matters. Whether it's weight loss, start a business, get married, have children. The mindset that we have around the things that we want to accomplish matters. She just said something. Take care of your temple, right? Physically, what we eat, y'all, it matters. I realized I would eat some of the stuff. And I'll be like, why did you eat that? Like, why? You know, you're not going to feel good after you do. So it's about weight loss, but it's about so much more. Actually, it's not even about weight loss. It's about being healthier, is what I tell people. It's about fueling your body with the right things for sustainability.
Weight loss is a byproduct.
There you go.
If we do the right things, the weight will come off. It's not going to not come off if you're doing the right things.
Okay.
Period. That part.
We forget that. Girl, that was real. So many of us just focus on the number on the scale, but it's so much more than that. I will say that's what she taught me. Like, girl, eat some ice cream. We're not about to eat ice cream every day, you know? But also, one of the things that she taught me was know yourself. Maybe you can't have ice cream and that's okay. Maybe somebody else can and still be able to stay on track. But you got to know who you are to say, like, is this ice cream going to set me a month back versus I had a little bit today, but tomorrow I'm good. I remember you saying like you had to take inventory of like what you brought in your house because if it was in there, the temptation was there.
It's right there. We actually did. I won't get too religious.
Oh, no. You're good.
But we did a prayer. One of my solutions to including spirituality into your journey is by praying specifically. So it's you ask God to help you, like guide your mind, guide your cart down the aisle at the grocery store. Okay. So before you go inside, if you pray a good prayer about asking God to help you, listen, I can't do it on my own. I've been trying to do it on my own all this time. It's not working. I need some help. All right. I need some strength that's made perfect in my weakness so I can go in there and not even bring the stuff into our house because we're not just feeding ourselves. There's people who we're responsible to for feeding them too. So if we bringing it in the house and we ain't eating it, somebody else we care about and is responsible for is eating it.
Did y'all hear that? We're giving it to our sweet babies. It's the truth. It's funny because I went live the other day. I shopped the perimeter of the grocery store probably one of the first times in my life. I thought I was going to pay 5 figures when I went to the register. It was all said and done. And I was like, there's no way this food costs that much. But I decided for our family, we were going to eat better, not just me. So did meal prep. My husband came last night. I made hibachi at home. My daughter was like, look at you. I sent it to my oldest daughter. She lives in North Carolina. And she was like, oh my gosh, Mom, like that looks really good. I was like, girl, I made it at the house. So
You're very creative with that, by the way.
You.
I see you. I see you.
I be out here trying to eat better. Because I don't just want it to be like me and my husband. I'm like, wait a minute. Me and my husband are eating this, but my daughters are still eating processed stuff. Like, how does that make sense? It doesn't. So if we're going to eat it, it's stuff that they can eat too. We're making it for everyone. But what I did figure out is my family too picky with certain things. So now I just make big bowls of everything and you make it how you want it on your plate. Because I'm not doing all this individual. Like, well, can I get it without potatoes? And I'm like, you know what? The potatoes are in a bowl and you put it with whatever protein you want. I'm learning to like make it decompose and they can compose it however they want to. And so this week we did hibachi. I'm going to make some egg roll in a bowl. Things with like chicken. I got some little chicken skewers and then the cabbage and stuff like that. So it'll be a little egg roll in a bowl without the wrapper.
Girl, I can't wait to like it when you post it.
Listen, TikTok comes in clutch with recipes. You can look up like the, calorie deficit, whatever it is. I just was like healthier meals is all I put in. And so it gives a lot of options. So I love that.
Yeah.
You have done so well with losing weight and you are helping women not just lose weight, but to change the way that they look at food. I tell everyone, my coach eats her food off of a saucer, like a little plate. She would post and I'm like, what in the world? And she was like, portion control.
Yeah.
She was like, that's how I control my portions. And I was like, so now I bought me the little throwaway plates and I eat my food off of the plates. And it helps me. Honestly, I can remember completing a whole meal, eating all of the things, and then eating it all and feeling overly full. Now I can eat half of what I used to and I still feel the same full.
And you still get the same satisfaction of being able to kind of eat what you want to eat, but in smaller portions.
Love it. So,
okay. I need a break.
Okay. She's like, break.
I had to get that out my throat. Sorry. Very gross. Very gross.
Love it. No, you're good.
Before I start growling at people, goodness. Horrible.
I love what you said about loving the skin that you're in, because so many of us get caught up in looking in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you shift when you were talking about doesn't matter what the scale says? I know that I'm doing good stuff for my body. How did you shift from the numbers not changing to understanding that what you were doing mattered more than the number?
Okay, so this might be bad advice.
No, go.
So what happened was my weight got to a standstill again.
Okay.
And this is, so I lost, so for just the history part, I lost over 80 pounds. This was back in 2000, let's say like 18. I had surpassed my weight loss goal. And then I had a baby, so I got pregnant. So as soon as I found out, I was like, oh, I did it, y'all. Ooh, pregnancy test positive.
I was like, wait, what? Oh, that's
so I was like, okay, I see you, Lord. Okay. So had a baby. Then 18 months later, had another baby. Mind you, the pandemic happened in between these babies. So we got all this stuff happening. I got married at this time.
Okay.
So I'm just giving you life background. I moved. So I moved halfway cross country, if you call, New York to South Carolina cross country. That's double digit hours. Okay. So all of that's happening, and I'm still on my journey. I continue this throughout pregnancy, throughout life changes and all of this, making the small changes. Then I get to a point where it was really hard to lose weight because I wasn't able, it felt hard. It was just so hard to do all of the things that needed to be done to lose the weight I wanted to lose. So this is kind of what I'm trying to explain to people now. Extreme weight loss, and I'm talking double digits and beyond. I'm talking 10 pounds. Takes a lot of work. Okay. And I know y'all understand. I know y'all understand. It takes a lot of work. And so what we have to do is be okay with the fact that we are making changes to our diets. We're putting better stuff in our bodies, and other numbers might be changing. So it might not be the weight, but it might be body fat, but it might be your cholesterol, but it might be your like you're no longer hypertensive, or you have a good heart range, or whatever the case may be. So other numbers might be getting better, but the weight might not be. Weight is finicky. It could be because I do a lot of training, like muscle training. I do a lot of weightlifting and stuff like that. Muscle weighs more than fat. So if I'm in there trying to lose fat and gain muscle, this scale might be, I call it a stale scale. It gets stale.
Okay.
So
I like that.
It kind of stops. Because now it's like starting to balance out. Most people who are looking at their weight are don't even have a smart scale. So they're not even looking at some of the other more important numbers that are happening as well. So I started to focus more on the other numbers, right? So it just got to a point where it was just very hard. And I had to look at, and I'm a health coach. So I'm helping other people. So I'm struggling myself and helping other people. And it's like, well, girl, if you can't do the early morning workouts like you were doing, when I lost 80 pounds, I was doing 2 workouts a day. I was doing, my warm up for my workout was a 5K. And then I did that twice a day. So I was really out here, no kids, no husband, no other responsibilities, with all this time. I didn't have to cook dinner for nobody. I was just me. And that's not the life anymore. And most of the people who I encounter don't live that life either. So it's like, I have to let you know that you are capable of doing better for your body. You're also capable of losing the weight you want to lose, but you have to be committed to those things that is good, all the work that it's going to take, right? Which is really hard. So I help people to balance out that mindset of, do I want to lose extreme weight now? Because this is what I'll have to do. Like, this is the list. Am I committing to all of these things? Or do I want to commit to losing that same weight, but over maybe a longer stretch of time? And here is how we'll maybe step back to getting that done, changing the lifestyle. And like, so you can see the picture, so you can commit. Because if you're doing the things and you don't see the weight loss, you want to quit. But it's, are we in the extreme weight loss column? Or we're just going to do, what we can and baby step our way there, and then be okay with that. So it's a choice. It's a choice. And I made my choice. Now, life cycles. So we have not only just the seasonal cycles, which causes us to change our patterns, but also things happen. For example, here now we're dealing with like forest fires, stuff, wildfire. We can't get outside to walk like we normally would, right? So that kind of changes that doesn't just change our ability to walk, it changes our momentum. That changes our mindset. When our momentum slows up, our mindset slows up. Now you have to convince yourself to start back over again.
Right.
So many things happen. It's so many factors in this whole idea of weight loss, this whole idea of getting healthy, that you have to have somebody to help you who can see all of these things, you can't do it by yourself. This is why I have the walking club. So like we didn't get to tip part yet, but the tip is to get close to people who have the mindset of keep moving forward, and who are looking to support you and who can look at you subjectively and objectively and be able to support you. That's a professional. That's somebody, that's a coach. So all of that to say, get a coach.
And we're going to end right there. No, I'm just kidding. Listen, y'all, it matters. Every great person who has accomplished anything that they wanted to, I can promise you they had a coach. I had business coach, health coach. People look at me like, you're a coach. Yeah, but I ain't coaching myself healthy. Now my mindset, I got it on lock. I'm like, oh girl, we about to do it, because that's what I do. But I also have people in my world who come and motivate me. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to do better. Because honestly, it was like I wanted to lose the weight, but ultimately I wanted to feel better and not feel sluggish and tired all the time because of all the things that are on my list. My, businesses, my husband, my daughters, like all of that stuff was stuff I don't want to take away. I want my business, I want my husband, I want my girls. So it's like that stuff isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
But what I put in my body, I can absolutely change.
Right.
When I went to the doctor, my awakening moment, honestly, was I went to the doctor and he was like, oh, you're pre-diabetic. Pre what? I'm sorry. I misheard you. He was like, I kind of want to put you on medicine. I was like, no, sir. And I said, give me 6 months. He was like, the amount of people that I've had say that.
Wow.
Actually, I think I asked him for 3 months. 3 months. And I said, give me 3 months. And he was like, I've had a lot of people come in here. I said, sir, if you can please just give me 3 months. And he said, okay. He was like, he told me whatever I did, don't drink my sugar.
Okay.
He said, if you want some ice cream, eat it. Don't eat a whole bucket of ice cream.
Yeah.
Like all the things. It's about looking at your entire day, not just one meal at a time. But okay, I'm going to Miyabi's. I'm probably going to eat some rice. Then for lunch, don't eat a burger and fries.
Right.
Have a salad or, he broke it down for me like that. And that kind of made sense. Y'all, when I tell you, I knew the problem was me. I had just gotten into real estate. I was in my car all the time, stopping at Starbucks every day, eating in my car, not going to the gym. Because I used to be get up in the morning, 4 o'clock, be at the gym by 5 woman.
4 a.m. girly.
Girl, listen.
Love
then
it.
I did too.
Yeah.
Until I realized my nights are longer because my daughters have dance and cheer. So by the time I get home, it's 9:30, 10. So I had to implement intermittent fasting.
Yes.
Because my nights are longer. I can't come home at 10 o'clock at night and eat no full meal. Right. So I had to learn like, okay, I can't do 5 o'clock in the morning anymore. I would love to. So now, while my daughter is at dance, guess what's across the street? Planet Fitness.
Okay.
I used to sit in my car. I have my bag in my trunk in case I'm in my real estate stuff or coaching gear or whatever.
Okay.
I got a bag with some shoes, some leggings, and a t-shirt. So I can go at the gym instead of sitting in my car for those 4 and 5 hours.
Ooh,
I'm at the gym while she dances, So it was shifting the way I looked at, got to get it in the morning. Is how I start my day.
Yeah.
To, Lord, I thank you for this day. Got to read my word, get my kids up and get them to school, and then start my work day. So now I go at night. I never imagined I would be a night gym person, but I am, because that's the reality of my world.
Yeah.
Right?
Come on, coach.
Listen.
Come on, you better
I had to shift what I thought would be my normal to something else, because this is my new normal.
That's the whole thing. Like, we get so married to this idea of how to do something that we'll be a slave to that mindset, and it's not working. Like, why are we so committed to this thing that's not working?
I feel like it's because what we see on social media. They're like, oh, they had the gym at 5 a.m. in the morning. But like you said, that was at a season when you didn't have kids or a husband. So it was just you. And we don't know we don't know what goes on except what they show us.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yeah, I could go to the gym, but then I'm rushing to get back. I only got a limited amount of time because I got to get back to get my girls up to get them to school. And now I've got 4 to 5 hours to do whatever I want, in the gym. Whereas I was limited to 1 hour in the morning.
Yep.
I'm like giving myself the grace to say that no longer serves me.
Yeah.
Shifting to say this does. It works for me. It might not work for you, and that's okay. I love that.
When it gets hard, we ain't get there yet. But when it gets hard, it's time to reassess what season you're in and why it's hard.
Okay.
If you're used to intermittent fasting and then all of a sudden you get pregnant, maybe we shouldn't be intermittent fasting. Maybe we need to maybe do a food diary instead of intermittent fasting.
Okay.
So we're checking what we're eating rather than focusing on the times we're eating.
Okay.
Right? Because it's different when you're pregnant and breastfeeding.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Then I use motherhood a lot in my analogy. But and then you might be okay to go to the gym or work out. So then you pull out of your bag, okay, my old gym routine, because it's like a toolbox. So intermittent fasting is a tool. The gym routine is a tool. The time of day you go to the gym, that's a tool. The gym itself is a tool. You don't have to go to the gym. Hold in space. Okay. So these are just tools that we just have to learn how to be appropriate, like which tools to use in which season and what tool to put back and pull back out later. And then share with other people. Once we master something, we can share that with somebody else. We all coaches out here.
Okay. Listen, I love that. Y'all, it's a tool. Everything is a tool. At one point when I couldn't leave the house at 5:00 in the morning, there was a lady who was online and did Peloton workout.
Yes, that thing that I don't have.
I don't have one either. But she did the workout so we could do it at the house without the stuff. I had lightweight here and I had a yoga mat.
That's right.
So I was like, I'll do this little Peloton workout with her. I didn't have a Peloton, she did. But she gave me another tool to say, hey, she just logged on a little link or whatever. I don't even know what it was, but a friend sent it to me. And all I did was click it. And she was on her Peloton, but we were on the floor doing the same workout, just without, the Peloton. So learning that you have different tools, you just have to realize what they may or may not be. And so for a while, I just walked in my neighborhood. I can't do 2 Mile Tuesday with them anymore. I know, a tear, because I take my daughters to school. My husband gets out a little bit earlier now, so I drop off in the morning and they go at 8. I don't get to the school. We're supposed to be there by 8.
And
they
do you
walk
beat
at
yourself
9.
up about it?
I don't. I take a picture of my watch.
Okay.
I walk out here in my neighborhood.
Like y'all did it too.
Listen, I'm like, hey y'all. I was riding a bike for a while, but my knee was like, girl, cut it out. But now it's better because I started eating healthier and lost a little bit of weight. And so I did what I could because my life changed. I love 2 Mile Tuesday. I love walking with these ladies, the energy, and I don't like that I can't. But Lord willing, summertime will be here soon, and I'll be right back out there. Right now, I'm not able to because I have to get my daughters to school, Yes, they could ride the bus, but it's an hour late every day for those of y'all. Why you don't put them on the bus? That's why. Not that you need to know, but the bus gets them to school late. We don't have we don't have enough bus drivers in our area, and so I dropped them off. And so I had to shift.
This is real life stuff,
girl. It's real life, but at the end of the day, we want to make the changes. So how do we shift and navigate to learn to love the season we're in?
Okay,
the skin that we're in, because all of that matters, y'all. Your seasons will change. The sustainability of what you want to do should not.
That part. A word.
Okay. We dropping nuggets today. I hope y'all catching it. All right. So we talked about our body and you talked about being a temple. So I want to say this. We just talked about something. There's some lady listening right now who feels like I'm stuck. I don't know how to move past where I am. This has been my normal for this long. What would you say to her?
I would ask her what her normal is. Like, what is normal for you? And like a whole like little life scope. Like, what's normal? What's your normal schedule? What's just your normal like things that you do throughout the day? But also, what is your normal like habits? What are your normal habits with eating and with exercise? I think people feel stuck. And I was just talking about this today at the walk. People feel stuck and they feel like they are like at zero, like almost like negative. Like I'm failing. And to me, failing is like below zero, right? So I'm drowning, right? Below sea level, I'm drowning. And so when I ask people what they are doing, I get a feel for what their habits are. I'm like, girl, you eat breakfast every day. Do you know how many people don't eat breakfast? That is a terrible thing. You got some fruits in here. I guess you like fruits. So just to pick them up, pull them out of the water, raise their head above the water a little bit. Well, you have all of these good things going. We just have to acknowledge that these are good things and that we have to build on these good things, which doesn't mean we have to shoot all the way up there. Like all of a sudden, no, we're going to run a marathon. We don't have to go there. We could go, okay, so now how do we get another vegetable in here somewhere during the day? Or it looks like you have a little bit of time around this time. Could you get a 15-minute walk in? People be so stuck. This is another thing we do. If it's not an hour workout, it's not worth it. If it's not a half an hour, it's not worth it. Well, it was I did a 5-minute workout.
I was just laughing because y'all, she posted, was like, I had an extra 5 minutes. And I was like, she literally was dressed in gym clothes. I was like, I had 5 minutes. And I was like, girl, I love you. I love her. I was like, I never would have thought, I've got 5 minutes. I'm going to go walk.
So, and you could set a timer. You could, if working out is so like such a big feat for you, set a timer for 5 minutes and say, I'm just going to walk for 5, or I'm just going to exercise for 5. And I promise you 10 times out of 10 that you're going to feel like I can go 6, I can go 7, I could do 10. Just from defeating and feeling like you got 5 minutes out the way. The most energy it takes is just to start. More of the energy is just to start. Everything else just kind of flows in place after that. Right? So if you get started, that's all you really need. Just get there.
Did y'all hear that?
God will handle the rest.
Listen, he will. Did you hear that? Walk outside. Just walk. Step into the gym. Just step. Whatever it is, just get there. The rest will happen the way that it's supposed to.
Yeah.
All right. So now let's talk about how you are helping women take back control of their health. I mentioned earlier that you are a part of a fabulous company known as Herbalife. So with your approach to coaching and how you do things and help women, how has Herbalife helped you do that?
So what had happened was, okay. I had lost weight on my own.
Okay.
So, we all know what to do. We know what we should be eating, what we should not be eating for the most part.
Okay.
Keeping it simple. And we also know that we need to move our body. It's really that simple, and we all know it. My 5-year-old knows this, right? Period. So, okay. What had happened was I had lost weight on my own. And we know all the good things to do. So we know to eat the good things. We know to not eat the not so good things. We know to move our body. But it's not the knowledge in this case that's the power. It's the action. What are we doing about this knowledge that we have? Because that's where we see the results, when we actually put action behind this knowledge. Right?
Okay. I love it.
So I did the things. I started walking. Walking led to jogging. Jogging led to faster jogging. Because we don't run, but we jog. But I started making my own little smoothies. We famous for throwing our little stuff in the little blender.
And well,
I also did that. And I just adjusted some other things, right? Lost 45 pounds. Got stuck. Couldn't lose another pound if I ripped it off my thigh and threw it out the window on Highway 17 bypass. Okay. And so that was the struggle. We hit the plateau.
Okay.
What was happening was there was some things, even on the best day of us eating, we still are not getting enough fiber. We're still not getting enough vitamins and minerals, and definitely not enough protein. That's anybody.
Okay.
This is why we have supplements. This is why there's a whole supplement section in any pharmacy you go to, any whatever, they have whole stores dedicated to it, because we need them. It helps us. And when we supplement our diets, it helps us on the back end, not having to like take pills, right? For some of the things that we are taking the pills for as a result of having a not so healthy lifestyle, not making good choices. Okay. Right. So I ended up, somebody was like, try to shake. And I was like, no, boo. I'm good. I've seen the pills and the potions. I know that they don't work. I've seen family members struggle through this. I don't think that's for me. But I tried it because I'm an open-minded person. Okay. It was just so good. So fast forward, I was missing a lot of the minerals and the vitamins that I should have been getting. So anybody been hungry? Y'all ever been hungry when the first thing you do is like, I'm gonna make changes, and the first thing you are is hungry? All day. It just don't never stop. Just thinking about food. It can't even stop. Right. And so here I was hungry. But when you are hungry and your body feels hungry, it's missing something. You're not supposed to be hungry. Right. So I started adding the shakes in. These are meal shakes. They are fully well-balanced meal shakes. If you were to have a perfectly balanced meal, that's what it is. But girl, it tastes like dessert. It tastes like ice cream.
And they do. I'm not gonna, I love me some ice cream. I now will get a shake before I get ice cream.
And it fulfills like that sweet tooth.
It does.
That dessert feel, that snaggy feel. And there's so many different ways to make it. So anyway, so I started adding that in and learning more. Then I added fiber. And you feel real good. Listen, you feel great after you start adding fiber to your stuff. Okay. Real light. Not bloated. Okay. started adding the multivitamin, things like that. And so I went on after adding the supplements to losing another 30 something pounds. So altogether over 80. And I was like, okay, cheat code, supplements, period. And so that's literally how I just continued on my journey, like making sure I'm making the good choices over here, adding the supplements over there, doing the workout, staying close to the community. And that's something that Herbalife has given me. I started going to fit camps. Listen, I spend a lot of time in Philly. Shout out to Philly. They have so many fit camps out there. Line dancing fit camps. Sometimes you're out there flipping tires. Sometimes you're out there running the steps at the art museum where Rocky is, and going like this, like you running those steps.
Oh, wow.
So they get you outside, they get you moving, and it's such a big community, and you have a great time. Like, it's very social. It's like a social group of people who are committed to their health. And that's so dope. So literally what I'm trying to bring out here to Myrtle Beach, just let's get together, have a great time. And let's do something good for ourselves that helps us build healthy bodies, healthy families, healthy communities, and healthy bank accounts.
Okay, period. Hello, business entrepreneur. I got introduced to Herbalife through her and another young lady named Ashley. They do these, I don't want to call it fitness sprints, but they're like, all right, we're going to commit to doing, let's say 100 squats a week for the month. So everybody gets in this group and we're all committed to a month. And then we share like, hey, I had a shake this morning. She had a juice bar. Let me backtrack. Supplements matter. Don't let anybody tell you that they don't. Like she just said, whenever you're feeling all the things you feel, I was like, I just feel tired so much. And she was like, oh, well, what's going on? And it was just a casual conversation. It wasn't like she was trying to sell me on anything. She was trying to help me. And by doing that, she sold me on something. Hello. We think, oh, I'm not a seller. Do you speak? That's a conversation. It doesn't mean you're selling anyone on anything. She just talked to me about what I was doing. She was like, well, I can give you this sample. And I was like, oh, okay. She was like, I'm going to make you a tea. It'll give you a little bit of energy through the day. I'm going to put a little aloe in it. It's going to help with your, and she just walked me through everything she was doing it. Lo and behold, I was going by, girl, can I get another one of them teas? And she was like, yeah, sure. What do you want to try shake? And I was like, I don't know. And she was like, well, I'm going to give you a little bit. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Because, you get them and they taste like powder and all this stuff. And then you're like, I really don't want to drink this. It was good. And I was like, this is kind of good. And she was like, yeah, I can make one with like coffee. And I was like, girl, shut up. Because I love me some coffee. She was like, I can make I was like, make me a coffee one. Y'all, I was like, the next day I'm like, hey girl, can I get one of them coffee shakes? Oh yeah. And give me a tea too. And she was like, you could just order your own stuff. And I was like, wait, what? And that's how part of our life. And I buy Herbalife. It has helped me, with gut health, because my family, we do a lot of bloating. And so it just helped me be like, oh, wait, I need fiber. I need this. And not realizing there were things that were missing. I'm thinking, oh, I'm eating vegetables, but it's like, you need more than that,
Which is wild to think.
Right,
but
right. Yeah. And I didn't know. You don't know what you don't know. And she just enlightened me on like, hey, it's not so much about what you're eating, it's what you're missing too. And so
we could be doing all the things. So come on over. Because it's so funny you mentioned that I said you can go get it on your own. Because I'm like, it's just a business of me teaching people how to save money all day. I'm like, do you want to get healthy? But do you want to save money? Do you want to get healthy? But do you want to save money? Like all day. And I'm here for it. Because we think this is expensive. It's funny because you shop the outskirts, which is generally speaking, they say the more expensive. But when I get my heads of lettuce, they be $1. And when I chop that head of lettuce up and that one tomato and that one cucumber, make a salad, that lasts me for almost a week or several days. But when I go up the chip aisle, the chips be like $6 a bag. Am I lying? The cookies be like $5.
Listen, and I realized when I did it, I was like, it's only expensive because you're buying what you need. And I meal prep for the entire week. I didn't cook at all last week. I cooked Sunday and that was it. So through the entire week, and my daughters take lunch to school, my husband comes home for lunch, and I take lunch to work. So that was, if we ate breakfast, a shake or whatever, then lunch and dinner for a family of 4 for an entire week.
Okay.
With what I thought was $1 million. It was like, the truth is, when you break it down per meal, you pay pennies on the dollar and it tastes good. It wasn't, I told my daughter, I made hibachi at the house because I wanted some, and I've been going out to eat, and it's been horrible.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and it ain't, and then I'm like, I just paid this, and it's like 4 pieces of shrimp on here. We still have shrimp in the refrigerator, and steak, and chicken. FYI, zucchini and squash, and broccoli.
Okay.
Amen. And the girls got a little bit of rice. I didn't eat no rice because I didn't want carbs. Okay. So realizing that, yeah, I spent more in one setting, but over the whole week I didn't.
That's the whole thing. Like when you preload the work, even financially, you see you preload like the faith as well. And then you see the fruition at the end. One of the first things I do is ask people, well, how much money are you spending outside of the house on food? About, I don't know, $30 a week. 30, that's $120 a month. Can you take that 120 and commit to investing it in yourself this month? And then I can show you a plan that'll actually help you, and you'll see it'll help you financially too. Let's get started. Like,
girl, let me tell you, if you don't have a coach, I'm pretty sure she's online. Get you one, okay? She has truly helped me think of my body in a different way, the things that I eat in a different way, and the things that I do for myself in a different way. Like even when I was like, I'll be honest, we're transparent over here. I was talking about getting a reduction. And she was like, okay, you could do that. That her exact words, you could. But I haven't heard you say anything that you've tried to, as far as exercise, to like shrink. And I was like, you can do that? And she was like, I'm sure there are ways. And there are literally exercises that you can do. And I was like, shut up. And she was just like, you could do that, girl. Or you could try to do it a natural way. And she was like, and I haven't heard you say anything medically as to why you would do it. You just were like physically. And she was like, but did you do anything to try to change it physically? And I was like, give me my entire life on a plate right quick, okay? Nice, loving, never like, girl, she was just like, you could do that, and just talk me through it. And I was like, and I went and Googled, and there are actually exercises. And it was like, okay. I was like, there are actually exercises that I can do that are supposed to help you shrink. So my girl is not just about helping you physically. She gets in your head mentally just a little bit. I'm just saying she did. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I had never thought about exercising to do it. It was just like everybody gets the surgery to do it. And I know lots of people that have had it. But she said, why not try it? They exercise first.
Try it first. One of my major disappointments, and I haven't said this out loud to anyone, is seeing people who I know are fully capable of changing their lifestyle and losing the weight that they want to lose, go and get the surgery. That literally, I could cry just thinking about it. Because I'm like, girl, my famous word, you won't even that big. Why? It's a mindset thing, because I also saw somebody on Instagram say, y'all are the healthiest looking unhealthy people I have ever seen. Excuse me. Because everybody wants to look like that. They don't even want to look healthy. They just want to look like how somebody else looks. All right. But we have to learn how to love how we look, because here's bad news. You can work your tush off, right? And do the things and still not see the flat tummy you want to see. And that's a hard thing to grapple with, but anatomy is anatomy. You know what I'm saying? And things happen, and we stretch, and we make babies, and all this stuff happens. And so, but if we put all of our confidence, and we put, all of our self-worth into our fupa, then that we are doing ourselves injustice. We are literally not treating our body mentally how it should be treated. And we're not living a life of like that keeps us from joy. Joy is one of the the fruits of the spirit. Like we're supposed to be demonstrating that through our lifestyle and our choices. And we can't do that if we're so fixated on something as like a flat tummy.
Did y'all hear what she said? I heard it. I hope y'all caught it too. Shanisse. Oh my God, niece. Thank you so much for helping women understand that it's so much more than losing weight. It is about learning to love the skin that you're in, what God has already given you. He didn't make a mistake. I realized he didn't make a mistake with giving me all he gave. But I will say, me doing the work and just changing the things that I was eating and walking just a little bit a day, my clothes fit completely different. And then when people see me, they're like, oh my gosh, you lost weight. I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah. But okay, cool, I could get on the scale and look at the number. I'm more impacted by I feel better.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing. Like, I feel better eating better. Even my daughter was like, I feel better eating cleaner because she's been doing like gluten-free for stomach reasons. But she's like, honestly, Mom, I feel better. And even when the doctor was like, maybe you can incorporate a few things, she was like, I really don't want to. And I was like, I'm here for it. So we're doing it all together as a family. Now we still eat some gluten stuff, but she's doing amazing at like, and we feel better. And so that was the most important part.
Absolutely.
So as you're learning to love the skin that you're in, ladies, it is not just about weight loss or any of those things. It's about changing your mindset about you, how you look, how you love on yourself, and everything else in your life will begin to change as well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm not letting you get away. On the show, we do rapid fire. I ask you questions, and you're just going to say the first thing that comes to mind. It's easy, girl. You got this. You ready? All right. All right, here we go. Morning workout or evening?
Morning.
Okay, morning. Got it. Favorite healthy food?
Fruit.
Made you think about it, huh?
Yeah.
One food you used to, one food you refuse to give up.
Fried chicken.
You like fried chicken? Okay, girl, listen. Favorite hype song when you're working out?
Oh, trap music. Like anything Meg. Yes.
Okay, I like it. Biggest lesson you've learned on this journey?
The biggest lesson is to have fun.
Okay, I like it. Have fun along it. One piece of advice for anyone that's struggling with their body image and learning to love themselves.
You are love. You were made by love. Love is in you. You love your body, okay? And everything you do should demonstrate that you love your body, okay? Because the love comes and flows from you, right? So if you show yourself the love, then you will feel the love, and you will see the love, and when you reflect it in the mirror.
That's it. We're done, y'all. That was it right there. It started with love. Learn to love yourself. Thank you so much. This conversation was so good. Thank you for being transparent and open about your journey and encouraging women. Like, the goal in the beginning was weight loss, and then life happened, and then it just changed, and thank you so much for deciding to bet on yourself.
Oh, same. Okay.
So many women's lives are being changed because you bet on you. And y'all, she started a walking club and just decided she wanted to feel better, and then gave those tools to other women, such as myself, who were just like, oh, I don't have time. But do you? And she made me realize I do. I just had to change what I thought was normal to my normal. Maybe that is normal for some people. And maybe I'll get that back one day. But right now, being the 4 a.m. girl doesn't work. But being the 5 to 9 girl does.
Wednesday.
5 p.m. to 9 while my daughter's at dance. I'm that girl. And so it's okay for you to shift where you are to where you need to be in the time that you need to be in. Maybe you'll get back what you thought was normal. But it's okay for you to create a new one.
Absolutely.
All right?
Yes.
All right, squad. Thank y'all so much for being here with us today. Your body is a gift, y'all. Treat it as such. What you've been given, God created for magnificent and wonderful things. Remember, your purpose connects to someone else. They cannot walk in theirs until you are walking in yours. Fighting for the best version of you, mind, body, and soul. Y'all have an amazing day. Tune in next week for another episode of The Squad. We love y'all, and we'll see you later. Bye.